Are Bob Huggins and his staff about to secure another elite talent, this time out of the SEC? We're going to talk about that on the other side of the intro in this episode of Boots from the Hills. What is up, guys, and welcome in. My name is Mountaineer Paul, and you have landed yourself here at Hoops from the Hills. Our partner Coos is away on business this week around the Norfolk, Virginia area, so I decided to jump on here and talk about what is some of the biggest news yet of the offseason. As we know, the Mountaineers and Bob Huggins and Jay Coons have put together one of the best Florida classes in America. Some would rank it within the top 6. At one point, it was number 1, number 2. And here we go again. They're still trying to strike while the iron is hot. The 27th and 28th. SEC big man and former Tennessee star Olivier Nkamhoua is going to be in Morgantown, and they're going to hope to secure him and his spot on what's already a really, really good basketball team on paper. I've got an article from West Virginia Sports Now. This is also the rival site, written by managing editor and friend of the show, Keenan Cummings. And I'm going to go through just a few bits of that for you guys. West Virginia has been busy this offseason when it comes to constructing what next season's basketball roster will look like, and the work isn't quite done yet. That's because the Mountaineers are set to play host to at least one more talented transfer option in Tennessee forward Olivier Nkamhoua. The 6'8" big is considered one of the very best in the remaining in the portal, and after a strong performance at the G League Elite Camp, is now eyeing possible destinations to spend his final season. A native of Finland, Nkamhoua is coming off a strong senior season with the Volunteers, where he averaged a career best 10.8, basically 11 points a game, 5 boards a game, while shooting 51% from the field, 33% from three. It's a well-rounded performance for the big who displayed the ability to score the basketball in a variety of ways in the SEC. Nkamhoua heard from the Mountaineers early in the process upon entering the transfer portal, but after exploring his options in the draft, will at least take an official visit to Morgantown to see what the program can offer. He also could have additional professional opportunities overseas, even if the NBA doesn't work out. So simply getting him to campus is a win in itself. Nkamhoua had received plenty of interest after entering the transfer portal, including from Michigan, but it's West Virginia that will get the first known visit from May 27th to 28th. And it goes without saying that adding a player, not only with this production, but the experience of Nkamhoua would go a long way towards rounding out the roster for the program. One area that needs help is the front court, and adding a player that has appeared in 112 games and started 52 is a good way to fill a major need with a proven presence at the Power 5 level. I encourage you guys to go to the rival site, West Virginia Sports Now, and read the rest of that article written by Keenan Cummings. A lot more info packed into that about Nkamhoua himself. But I'm going to give you my take on what I think about this player. Guys, before we go any farther, we ask that you subscribe to Hoops from the Hills. We'll be dropping more and more content as it comes to this channel. Obviously, this is the off-season for basketball. Hope you understand that. We're not going to have basketball news every single day. And there's just not a whole lot to talk about concerning college basketball right now as we head into football season. This is a basketball channel, and we're going to try to keep at least 1 to 2 videos up a week on this channel to keep you guys interested and engaged with us. With that, we ask that you like the video, and also let us know how you feel about Nkamhoua. Drop a comment below. Is this somebody that you're excited about to be visiting Morgantown? Are you worried that others on the roster might be worried about him if he visits? Let us know down in the comments. So I'll give you what I've been saying for the last 3-ish weeks on Nkamhoua. He is, and to quote my good friend Coos, a Kevin Jones type talent. really good with his back to the basket. He would be the best low post scorer on this team. That includes Trey Mitchell. He is not as good as an outside presence as Trey Mitchell, but he's just got more strength in his frame at this point in his career than Trey does. Now, Trey has another year off season to get stronger, and we'll see what he returns as we head into the next season. But one of my big things for Trey Mitchell is he needs to get stronger if he's going to continually compete and bang in the Big 12. Last year, he got stripped and was overall kind of weak with the ball. I'm really nitpicking because Trey is such an excellent player. Please don't get me wrong. I think Trey's an excellent player and does have a chance to be the best player in this team next year. But Nkamhoua is a guy that could come in, and if Trey's not getting it done, this is a guy that is, I'm telling you guys, you're splitting hairs to say who would be better between the two. This is a very, very, very good player that would start on 99% of rosters in America. There's a reason Michigan and Michigan State are the other two options he's looking at. By the way, he had an official visit to Michigan State. We'll see where that goes. Hopefully he doesn't even get out of Morgantown. But if I were going to say I was worried about one thing, considering Nkamhoua, it would be this. He's explicitly said, and Rick Barnes has been quoting and saying this when he left, this kid is a kid that wants to go pro, open about it. He wants to play in the league, whether that's overseas or the NBA. Most people mean the NBA. And you kind of need to start your last year to do that. You don't have to, but it's highly likely that's what's going to need to happen in order to get, at least in his mind, more serious looks from the NBA. Now, can he and Trey split minutes at the 4 spot? Sure. Can he get extra minutes at the 3 spot? Sure. This is a guy that absolutely locked up Jalen Wilson, who was the best player in the Big 12 last year, when Kansas and Tennessee played. Go watch that tape. This guy is an elite defender. Elite. The thought of him and Jesse Edwards on the floor at the same time in the front court, we're talking serious stuff here, guys. So if we can land this prospect, along with Trey Mitchell, who would balance him out really nicely from an offense to defense perspective, this is what you're talking about, rounding out a roster. This is rounding out the roster, guys. Landing a player of this caliber, this late, surprised he's still on the board, but he wanted to test the draft waters, is a huge deal. So let's hope it happens, guys. Not getting our hopes too high, but I've heard we've got as big a shot as anybody, and we know how to get NILs done for foreign players. This guy from Finland. Be really interested to see exactly how all this plays out. Like we said, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave a comment below. And as always, thumbs up, like the video. Make sure your notifications are on for all content, guys. That includes Couz's Corner, the football channel that's gained so much notoriety that my partner Couz does. Mountaineer Paw Talk Football that I do. I'm only 60 people away from 1,000 subscribers on that channel. I'm trying to get that thing monetized so we can get some more money coming in for all these channels, guys. We're working on sponsors for all these channels. Couz and I work together in all our endeavors almost. So really trying hard to make this something that you guys as West Virginia fans can be proud of. We love what we do. Just try to support us the best you can. Like, share, all that stuff, guys. It really does help. This has been another edition of Hoops from the Hills. This episode is over. I am out.